Hi friends, I'm Queer Astrology Tarot, and this is a very special reading. So if you want to jump to the reading, there's a timestamp in the description. And if not, I'm going to take a few moments to explain what this reading is about and kind of why I'm doing it. So, Mother's Day, today is American Mother's Day, and it's a day that is fraught with really complex feelings for a lot of people. And some folks celebrate it, some people are mothers, there's a lot of different definitions of what a mother can be. Some folks have a lot of grief today, whether that be because they have physically lost a mother or they've had to step away from their mother or mother figure, or whatever that feels like for you, because of whatever reason. And so this reading today is for folks that are just having trouble, or even if you're not having trouble, if it's just a day that you don't celebrate for whatever reason. Um, and the reason I'm doing this is because, as you know, this page is called Queer Astrology Tarot. And also, everyone is welcome here, whether you're queer or not, as long as you love queers, in general, as a whole. But it's specifically because I'm a queer person, so I'm speaking as a member of my community. But also, there are statistics that back this up that a lot of queer folks have to cut ties or loosen ties with their biological family. And especially like for trans people, sometimes you lose your biological family when you start to be your fullest self. So, this reading is for folks who, in particular, folks from my communities, queer and trans people, but is applicable to everybody, um, who is just feeling whatever feelings because it's not a day that's always queer friendly. That's not everybody's situation, but this specific reading is for folks who that is for. I have another reading that is for people that hold mothering feelings. So that's like house mothers, folks that have mothered their parents, their partners, all that kind of stuff. So I have another reading for that, but this one is for folks, it's a collective reading for folks who are, hurting a little bit, or it's just like an awkward day or not your day. So we're going to get started with the reading. We're going to talk about what energies you're bringing in. This is a year-long reading. So what energies you're bringing in from last year into the next year in terms of like healing. And if you feel like you've already healed from like any mother wound or anything like that, then, just like movement, emotional growth, because as humans, that's what we're here for. We're here to grow emotionally. And then we're going to talk about what obstacles you might face this next year in terms of those emotions around that, like mothering, nurturingness. And we'll talk about what blessings are coming in for you. I have a list right here of it. I wrote a specific like spread for this reading, so that's what's happening. And then we're going to talk about what you should focus on for the year. And finally, we'll end the reading with what you should be proud of for the year, all around like your emotional maturation or emotional journey with your mother or mother figures, stuff like that. So let's get started in terms of that like mother energy. We've got the Queen of Cups, the Hanged Man, the Nine of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. So, collective, there is very much this possibility that what is coming in right now is this like sort of being stuck. And sorry, I have to cover the bodies on the cards. But like being stuck, that's the Queen of Cups, that's the Hanged Man. But like this, I just shouldn't necessarily say stuck, but just like not moving in the sense that you're coming inside, much like the caterpillar. When the caterpillar has its cocoon and it's like coming apart, but it's like staying in that one spot. And then when it, is done with the cocoon, it's this like beautiful butterfly. But it was beautiful as a caterpillar too. Anyway, that's kind of the energy that's going on right now. Along with the Nine of Wands, where what you're bringing in is that resilience of staying with the difficulty of what you wanted from a mother, or what you need from a mother, and just kind of like being proud of yourself in that sense. Just being resilient and having just moving through emotions with this page of wands, the page energy, that is very much of this, like, having taken a step into the process, but there's so much to learn, and all of this is all coming in for you. It's like the energy you're bringing in is that there's just been a lot of let's stop, move, and heal. Let me admire what I did, and let me keep growing. But is this energy of having, taken just a little bit of, like, maybe not even a break, just focusing on an issue or something. Okay, collective. Let's look at what obstacles you might face this coming year in terms of, like, your healing, or your um like anything around that mother wound. And today I'm using these cards. I think it's called like the Wandering Spirit or something. But they're really cute, and they've got these uh skeletons that I love, and a human, which is great. Okay, so we've got, in terms of what obstacles you might face, the Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, hmm, and the Six of Cups, and the Three of Swords. Um, with your obstacles, you're coming in. The thing is, you want to come in really fast, and like you just want to change it all right now. And that's the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. You want to just, like, this material situation that's in front of you here in this world of 3D. And when I say that, I mean, because of my spiritual belief, there are many levels of consciousness that the spirit can travel through while we are still in these bodies. And so here in this one, you want to change it. The obstacle is that you're like, why hasn't this? I'm the Six of Swords energy, which is, moving into calmer waters and being protected while you're moving in. And you're like, why? What is it? I'm ready. I want to do this. And it has a lot to do. So this of Cups energy, it's a lot of that obstacle is moving or wanting to move too fast past the trauma, past those emotions. That's this Three of Swords, and so you have to, in order to get over, or past this obstacle, you do have to embody that Three of Swords energy of, it's done, you have processed it, you have moved through it, but you do have to move through it. And um, I'm not saying that, moving through it is the obstacle. It can be, and it can represent parts of an obstacle. But what I really think the obstacle is that you want to move so fast through it because of this Knight of Pentacles energy. Because the Knight is just like, let's go, let's get it. And has the energy, has the armor, has the training, has all these things. And you want that. And you probably do have a lot of that. However, um, emotions are so complex, especially uh, when we're processing, like, emotions and energies from childhood or teenagehood, be even our 20s. A lot of the folks that watch me are past your 20s. If you're in your 20s, cool, welcome. But a lot of my viewers, y'all, and I also am over my 20s. So in your 20s, your brain is still developing. So during these moments where you have um, these experiences while your brain is physiologically developing, the emotions and how you move through some or understand a type of situation can kind of get, like, sort of stuck, or like written into, like, the way your brain processes information. That doesn't mean you can't change it, because there's this thing called neuroplasticity. It's like plastic like your neurons can move and grow and change and learn new things throughout your whole life. And so when you have something that happens as a child, especially as a child, because it's a very formative time for your brain, but as a teenager and a young adult, it can affect other things, so many other things that you don't even realize, that you're not even aware of. Okay, hang on. I need some tea. All right. And if you're curious about what kind of tea that I'm drinking, it's something called holy basil, and it's energetically, it's very sacred. It's a very sacred tea, and it helps to kind of balance your energies and stuff. Just a tip. I'm not a doctor, by the way. Okay, let's move on to what blessings you have that are like already with you or coming into this between now and next Mother's Day. We've got the Ten of Swords, the Four of Swords. Don't worry, this is actually a really good Ten of Swords. I know Ten of Swords can be scary at times, but this is a good one. Let's just get a couple of more cards. Collective. We've got the Ten of Cups and the Four of Cups. So, in terms of blessings, your Ten of Swords here and your Four of Swords. So, let's talk about this first. The ending. You've got a lot of swords, well, a good amount of swords here in your reading. And the last card I pulled was Three of Swords. And then we're at Ten of Swords, which is amazing because within tarot, as the numbers progress, there is a greater level of complexity for each card. So the Ace of Swords versus the Ten of Swords means the Ace is the beginning, the complexity when it hasn't built yet. Whereas at the 10, yeah, you might be feeling like all of the swords are in you. You know, you might be feeling like you have been um, uh, barbecued or like kebabbed, is what I should say. However, it means that it's over. It means that the thing has happened, that you have processed it, that you're moving through it. And that is the blessing, that you are able to rest, because the Four of Swords is that rest while being protected, because you're literally laying, the card is literally laying there sleeping and swords are surrounding you. So you have been able to put your swords down in terms of what you're processing emotionally and actually rest, which is a huge blessing. And rest can look a lot of ways: emotional rest, physical rest, spiritual rest, whatever that means to you. Um, but that is a blessing that you have this year. The fact that you have moved through all of these things from the past, moving through that Six of Swords and then Six of Cups, the past, you've done that, and that's the blessing. And so what comes after that blessing, I mean, after this moment of rest that you get, is this beautiful Ten of Cups energy. And this Ten of Cups energy, just like the Ten of Swords, it means you've done all the stuff. It means that all of the energies have built, the complexity has built, the lessons, the things that you needed to know in order to reach that point has all come and happened. And hopefully you've been paying attention and you've learned it. And that's what this is. And finally, the Four of Cups right after that. And I will say also, by the way, I have um, shuffled a lot this deck, but you have a 10, a 4, a 10, and then another 4. So if 10 or 4 means something to you, or 14, or 7, because 7 is a sacred number, all of those things, if that resonates for you, then this reading might especially be for you. But with this Four of Cups, often we think about the Four of Cups being this card of being like lazy, but it's not about that. This card is, well, at least in this context, this card is about, again, being able to rest. That is the blessing, being able to not have to focus so much on everything and actually having things being handed to you. The energy of the Four of Cups is that the person isn't paying attention to what's being handed to them. Um, but it might be a blessing for you to not have to pay attention because maybe you've had a lot of things handed to you recently or throughout this your emotional journey. Cool. Okay, so let's find out what you should focus on for this next year in terms of like your emotions around Mother's Day or whatever this means for you. Actually, I want to pull from another deck. Feels right. We're gonna pull from this dog deck. It's like the Aibo. I think that's what the dog deck is called. Collective. What you should focus on is the Six of Cups. Look at that. So going back and creating the past, the childhood, the mothering, whatever that is that you needed and you wanted. And the ways that you can do that is if there's something you wanted to do as a child, for instance, let's say you wanted to always get a specific type of coloring book. Um, and you never, let's say you always got like truck coloring books and you wanted doll coloring books, or you wanted like a specific kind of stuffy, something like that, like stuffed animal. Um, that's what you need to focus on. You need to focus on going back and healing all of those wounds and being the parent that you needed for yourself. All right. And finally, to end the reading, this is a long reading. Well, longer than I usually do. I usually post shorter readings, but this is a collective one and it's an important one. It's a special one. So let's find out what you should be proud of this coming year. Do a shuffle. We've got Moonlight and the Ten of Cups. Okay, so this dog deck, and Justice at the bottom of the deck. This dog deck has some like themed ones that are not necessarily tarot, but some theme cards. So it has Moonlight. This doesn't indicate the moon because there's a moon card, but Moonlight and Ten of Cups. So, what you should be proud of is all the stuff you do that people don't see. And you don't have to share with the world everything that you heal from, everything that you do, everything that you think. You don't have to share all that. But what you can share is how proud of you are of your life, of what you've built, of how you have survived or been resilient or persevered. Um, all of that stuff that people don't see, it's okay. You don't need them to be proud of yourself. Just if there are people that you care about that you want them to know you that deeply, then okay, sure, share with them that. And also don't feel bad, don't feel like you're being egotistical or something for being proud of yourself, for healing, or for creating a world where for yourself or others that you wouldn't have had if you had just done nothing with your life, or had just sat there and not moved through any of this pain or emotions you might be feeling, even if you've only moved through a little bit of it, even if the first thing that you're doing to address these uncomfortable feelings around Mother's Day is watching this reading, like be proud of that. Because every little step adds up to a large, this larger, like climbing this mountain, if it feels like that. So be proud of yourself. That's of just what you've done, which is incredible. Okay, collective. Thank you for watching. This is a special reading, and I hope that it helps folks. If you have any feelings about it, feel free to drop them in the comments. This is a new channel, so all of your likes and your subscribes and your shares and your comments, all that stuff really makes a huge difference for the success of the channel. If you've been watching me for a few weeks, you know that typically I post readings every single day for every single sign. They're usually short ones, but I have a lot of responsibilities right now in my life. I'm real busy, and yeah, so I'm doing collective readings right now, or like all sign readings, and I'm going live a lot and trying to post in my shorts. So come see me there. And if you're enjoying this, hug the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. All right. Thanks. And have a lovely day. Whatever feeling that you have today, just know that the strength that your blessings are within you, everything you've done, you have manifested blessings.